The fact that George Vanderbilt chose Christmas Eve of 1895 to open up Biltmore House with his friends and family, I mean, that speaks to the important tradition that this is for our family. And it's incredible that we're now celebrating 130 years of Christmases here at Biltmore, and that's a huge milestone for our family.
My fondest memories when I was a child was the annual employee Christmas party that we would all gather. And at the time, we were less than 100 employees. And so we knew each other's families and the children really well.
I remember coming over to the Christmas party back when it was still down in the Halloween room. And we would come over and have dinner and then go home. And it was interesting, you know. It takes on a new and sort of special meaning when you see it through your children's eyes. But seeing it excite young people as they come through, whether it's our children or other people's children, it's great to see that.
Christmas Eve, 1895, was the first time the house was open for George Vanderbilt's family and friends. The stories and some of the photographs that we have in the archives just about the Christmas celebration and the fact that that's been 130 years now. It must have been a really amazing experience for the guests.
My earliest memory of Christmas at Biltmore is one of our employee Christmas parties and hearing the bells upstairs on the second floor, knowing that Santa was on his way down the grand staircase to see all of us.
When the guests come to the house and the way we decorate, our team's decorated, it's like there is no inch undecorated of the house. To me, I think that was a big piece of it that Dad did a fantastic job on, was like, if we're gonna do Christmas, we're gonna do it right.
This time of year is really special, and I think as we get more and more hectic in our world and more connected by our machines and our crowdsourced media and all this other stuff, it's very important to be able to reconnect with your friends and family and the folks that really matter, and that's what I hope most people take away from this.
When I try to put myself in George Vanderbilt's shoes for Christmas of 1895, I just love thinking about that, how intense that excitement would have been for him, because it wasn't just celebrating Christmas like any other year, it was opening his home for the first time. That he had been working on this house for 6 years at this point and was so excited to show off this place, his incredible home, to his family for the very first time. Dozens of staff who were running around the house trying to get this place not just decorated and ready for Christmas, but finished. All of these construction workers who were finalizing details days before the family arrived, and I can't imagine what that activity must have been like. Every year after that first Christmas in 1895, we see that time of year being a time when they would host a lot of friends and family here. It's also a time that we know employees really looked forward to with great anticipation, because they really were recipients of a lot of appreciation from the Vanderbilts. We first had a Christmas candlelight evenings in 1984, so we are in our 41st year of these really special Christmas candlelight evenings where guests can come and really feel the coziness of Biltmore House at night with all the fireplaces lit and the music being performed, and that makes it a really special experience. So of course Christmas looks a little bit different today than it did in 1895. Some of those traditions have evolved a little bit. When we started doing Biltmore at Christmas again, we've been bringing in this huge Christmas tree every single year. It is quite a feat to even just get it in those front doors and into the banquet halls.
I remember the first time I saw it through my son's eyes was really impactful, and he was probably 2 or 3 years old, and I was sitting on the floor behind the ropes with the media team, and I was able to get a picture of him, and his eyes were as huge as they could be. And I remember just thinking of what a moment for this little kid to see this tree being hoisted up. And I think that was just priceless for sure.
One of the other really important traditions to us, especially me as an employee, is the continuance of the employee Christmas parties. Everybody's celebrating and bringing their families with them to see, you know, this is where I work, look how cool it is.
I think as our guests are approaching the front of Biltmore House and they see the luminaries lining the walkways and they see the beauty of the house, I think that's when they start to really get into the moment But then as they walk into that entrance hall and they start hearing the sounds and the smells and this full immersion into this house, and they see the beauty of the decor coming together, and the beauty of the Christmas trees and all the components coming together. And that is the wow moment that I think that our guests have come to love to treasure. I have young kids, and it is always a treat to be able to bring them up to Biltmore House and show off all the great things that the team and I get to work on every single day here at Biltmore. And to see the joy, the excitement in my own kids' eyes as they go through the house and discover new things and new ornaments and new decorations throughout. There's always something new to look for and to discover in Biltmore House, especially at Christmas time.
Biltmore is a big tradition for myself and my family, and I just love to see the reactions of folks who have never been here. My daughter, Emily, we like to say she was brought up here, and of course it's not our home, but we came here frequently with her, so she had an early appreciation for it. It's just awe-inspiring, and it becomes generational.
Christmas at Biltmore for me means tradition. It means time with family. It means taking a moment to pause and to be grateful for those around you, your friends, your family. To be grateful for this beautiful place that we have the honor, the privilege of helping to protect and be stewards of. For me, Christmas is a time to be joyful and to find that comfort in this season of tradition. It's a really special time of year. I think it's why so many of us hold this tradition so close, and why it's been an important part of our family now for 130 years. We hope you'll consider joining us this Christmas at Biltmore as we celebrate our 130th anniversary.